It's week 3 of the 2029 season, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Vikings on Sunday night primetime.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. At a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
To throw on the first play, McCarthy. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. And they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. The Vikings send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded just inside the 30. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
I love this. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers for him from a week ago: 12 carries, 51 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
3rd and 4. Griffin. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Here's Griffin. Setting up the screen, Harris.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Griffin. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6.
Here's Griffin to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Once again, Griffin. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Griffin. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. 5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. Now Griffin. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd down. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Here's Griffin. He's got it. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Thomas, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 3rd and 5. Throwing is McCarthy. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. And take it right at the 35. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
There are times on carries like that where he looks a little bit older than his rookie status.
How many times have we talked when we've gone out to dinner about how precocious these youngsters are that come into the NFL now? They play at a higher level at a younger age. The stars aren't quite in their eyes as much as it used to be, huh?
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Morrison. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Morrison. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll throw it with Griffin. His throw incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Griffin. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. Griffin will throw again. Slant route going to be caught by Palmer. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Now it's Griffin. And it's caught. That'll bring out 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. They'll motion out one of the tight ends. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And now out comes Minnesota. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Jefferson going to go in motion right. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Forced out to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll go out of bounds and appears right at the 45. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now McCarthy. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Washington offense heading out. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Griffin. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Morrison. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Griffin. And a quick throw here. That's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
that looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Bates' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Over the middle and complete to Addison.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Washington offense set to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the gun on 3rd down, Griffin. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7 but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw McCarthy. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, They've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here we go on the next drive for Washington. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. And they'll send the tight end in motion. From the gun, it's Griffin. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Palmer. And he will be out of bounds after a nice pickup. And that will also lead us to the 2-minute warning. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Griffin. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the 1st half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Palmer.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This is 2nd and 8.
Throwing again, Griffin. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Griffin.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Bates' kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the 1st half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Vikings going to take over now late in this 1st half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To the air with McCarthy. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Commanders back out late in this 1st half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
After the interception, here's Griffin.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
Here's Griffin.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Brian Thomas with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
The slot man in motion right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was the visiting Seahawks who were able to come away with the road victory. Nick Boyle, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. We'll stay in the AFC South as we make the trip to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. C.J. Stroud, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Indianapolis Colts.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
43 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground.
Morrison.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Here's 3rd and 7.
In motion, the tight end. Griffin. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. This is caught at the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped.
Ball start, offense.
And the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Up the middle they go. It's Morrison. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. Here's Griffin to throw.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
McCarthy operating from the gun.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
3rd and 7.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Completes this to Addison out left. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Washington ready to try again on offense. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Morrison, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Griffin.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's Griffin.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
On play action, McCarthy. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
And now here's a carry heading left. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Throwing is McCarthy. Pass complete to Addison.
And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Commanders' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Ooh, with a juke. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
From the 29, here's 2nd and a couple.
Now it's Griffin.
Short throw caught by Pitts. Into space at the 45.
And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. A gain there of 21 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
And they run with Harris off the option.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now Griffin. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 2.
Now they try the right side here. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now McCarthy.
That is, and oh, he coughed it up. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Now a toss here, short side. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that fourth down.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Morrison. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here is third down and 4.
Out of the gun, Griffin.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Up the middle they go. It's Morrison, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Second and 10.
Now it's Griffin. Thomas has got it, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
Griffin. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter.
Second down and 8.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. They'll try and run for it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Here's McCarthy. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
To the air with McCarthy. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
That's taken on the 25. So a change of possession here on the punt.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
An option handoff given to Harris.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Washington,
they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.